Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the summer 2018 graduation ceremony. At this time, if everyone can stand and focus on the back of the theater, I'd like to introduce and welcome our 2018 summer graduates. At this time, the MHS NJROTC will present the colors.
Forward, march. Order, color. Ready, cut. Left, take. Carry, color. Ready, cut. Present, color. Ready, cut.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. A special thank you to the NJROTC. Beautiful rendition by Ms. Crislin Maza and Mr. Bennett for putting that together. Thank you so much. Good evening, families, friends, community members, teachers, administrators. I'd like to welcome you all once again to our 2018 summer graduation. I've been given the honor to say a few words on behalf of the entire high school team to our graduates. So when I'm speaking to you for a few minutes, it's not only coming from me, it's coming from the team, because we've all worked with you, we know you, we care about you. So tonight is a very exciting, special night. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dwayne Whitaker. I'm the House 3 Dean, one of the administrators here at Middletown High School. As I look at the graduates, I've gotten to know many of you, we've all gotten to know many of you. There are a few things that I'd like to express on behalf of the entire team, and it comes from our heart. First of all, we are extremely proud and honored to have the opportunity to celebrate in this moment with you. At times, we met with you, we've seen you grow, and we've built strong relationships with you. At times, some of those conversations and meetings may not have always been fun, but it was because we cared about you, we knew you were never going to give up, and we were going to see to it that you were going to be successful, and we knew you were going to be successful no matter what. We care about you so much. You have definitely allowed us to grow, and we hope that you've grown and matured as well through the process. One more reason we care about you so much and we love you so much is that each and every one of you, through conversations, through meetings, through speaking to and getting to know you, is that we know each and every one of you have faced adversity, have faced challenges in your 4 years here at Middletown High School, and yet you've persevered, you've fought through those challenges, you've worked extremely hard, and you've made it to this very special night. You guys and girls deserve this night. Each and every one of you are deserving of this great honor. Soak it in, enjoy it, you deserve it, and no one can take this night away from you or this diploma away from you. So before I hand the mic over to Mrs. Sorrentino, I just want to give you the first of many rounds of applause tonight, so congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Whitaker. It gives me great honor and pleasure to introduce our esteemed board members and central office administration. Joining us this evening, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Richard Del Moro. Assistant Superintendent for Instruction, Mrs. Amy Creedon. Board of Education President, Mr. John Perino. Board of Education Vice President, Pastor Williams. And board members, Mrs. Keisha Zooks and Mr. Vincent Crescenzo. Their unending support really makes this night all possible. At this time, I would like Mr. Whitaker to come back and just introduce the team, and we'll be on our way.
All right, so to my left, starting in the front row, instructional leader for STEM, Mr. Norv O'Connell. Ms. Rachel Coons, our instructional leader for special education. Mr. Omar Perez, our House 2 Dean. Miss Holly Marcolina, House 4 Dean. And Mr. Anthony Williams, House 5 Dean. I would also like to give a shout out and a big thank you to all of our distinguished guests, all of the teachers who have inspired and taught all of our graduates. You have all done a great job, and we thank you so much for all the hard work and support you do to help our students.
At this time, we'd like to welcome Mr. Perino to the board to address the graduates.
Thank you, Mrs. Sorrentino. Good evening. You know, my hearing is bad. Come on, good evening. Let's rev it up a little. Congratulations, Middies, class of 2018. You're just as important as the June graduates. Congratulations. You know, one of my bosses, Mrs. Sorrentino, called me up and said, can you say a few words tonight? I says, okay, so you got to help me out here. You know, looking around, looking at the graduates, you really exemplify the saying, you gotta believe. Now, that was made famous by Tug McGraw, a Mets pitcher. Any Mets fans here tonight? Nobody will, I see some clapping, yeah, good. You know, at that time, the Mets were in last place in the National League. That rally cry, you gotta believe, drove them to win the pennant, National League pennant. They went on to the World Series and played the Oakland A's. Unfortunately, in Game 7, they did not make it, but they came a long way. You know, the truth is that your parents and relatives believed in you. They encouraged you all through school. Sometimes you might think they were a little tough on you. Come on, get to work. You got to get that assignment done. Get off of the computer for a while. Get off of Facebook. But they had your best interests at heart. They have your best interests at heart. So let's give them a big hand. Come on now. You know, I believe this whole district has a fine group of administrators and staff members and teachers. These people, again, have your best interests at heart. They've encouraged you through school. They helped you out when necessary. They gave you a little nudge to get going when you sort of slacked off maybe. But they're a great group here. Wonderful people. Give them a hand. They believed in you. And most of all, you believed in yourselves. You did the work necessary. You attended classes. You completed the assignments. And you stuck to it. You did not give up. And really, I admire you as much as any graduates. So what's next? I encourage all of you to dream big. You can do it. In other words, you've got to believe you can do it. You know, additional training, I'm going to recommend that. It's not always easy. It's not always fun. I just want to quote from Muhammad Ali, perhaps the greatest heavyweight that ever lived. He said, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit. Suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. You know, just using a personal example, I have a number of certificates. I'm not bragging, that's just a fact. But, you know, I didn't enjoy doing those papers, the graduate papers. I didn't enjoy necessarily going to class, but I did it. So sometimes, you know, you have to be uncomfortable for a while to be comfortable in the long run. And you can do it. Example, let's say you decide on healthcare. Anybody going into healthcare here? I see a couple of hands going up, good. No matter where you start, you can go higher. I know people who have started as a certified nursing assistant and worked their way all the way up to physician's assistant and doctors. You can do it. If you're going into retail and you're starting as a cashier, you can become department head. You can become store manager. You can go into corporate. In other words, you gotta believe, though, you can do it. You know, another thing, And the road of life, we all meet a few potholes in life. And you can't give up. Again, a personal example. In high school, I wanted to play in the worst way varsity football. I couldn't do it. I got cut from the squad. Mr. Fowler Field, said, look, you can help in the equipment room. So I helped in the equipment room. Again, you choose something else. You don't give up. When I went into the service, I often tell this story, I wanted to be a combat pilot. My uncle was a combat pilot. My cousin, a combat pilot. Unfortunately, I didn't have the fine visual acuity. No LASIK in those days. So I had to choose another MOS in the service. Today, I enjoy trading stocks sometimes and buying antiques. I don't always make it. Sometimes you lose, but you can't give up. Henry Ford founded Ford Motor Company. You know, the Mustangs, the GT Mustang 500s, his Super Duty Ford said, failure is the opportunity to begin again. I'm going to quote from Michael Jordan, great NBA player, principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets, worth $1.2 billion with a B dollars. He said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. I've been trusted to take the winning shot and missed. I failed over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed. So if he can do it, all you folks can do it. I'm going to conclude. Mrs. Sorrentino says you got to be brief. I'm going too long. Again, by saying, the whole board, we appreciate what you've done, and we wish you the very best. One further quote, in the words of Union Admiral David Farragut, Battle of Mobile Bay, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. Congratulations, Middies Class 2018.
At this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Michael Ortiz to read our student speech.
Well, class of 2018, we have finally made it to Middletown High School's graduation. It has been a long and difficult journey to finally walk across the stage, but walk we shall. We have faced many obstacles and conflicts, but we have also overcome many of them. It is time for us to start a new beginning, a new outlook in our lives. The well-known author, C.S. Lewis, often stated, you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. Class of 2018, time to start writing your own story to make it a good one. High school graduation is a tremendous accomplishment, regardless of where, and when you earned it. The diplomas we are receiving are a testament to our hard work and tenacity. More importantly, they are a confidence builder for our future. This achievement is a turning point for all of us. It is now time for us to take advantage of this tremendous opportunity. We need to seize the day and prepare for our future. Please do not fall into the trap of wasting time. Get started. Another author, Mark Twain. The secret to getting ahead is getting started. Another good. Starting something new can be intimidating. Don't wait, don't be afraid. We have many options. Some of us will be attending college, while others will start exciting careers in various areas of life. Some may even consider military service. Class of 2018, work hard, make good decisions, and respect yourselves. Don't just sit around waiting for life to happen to you. Don't wait around to get lucky. It doesn't happen that way. Make it, sorry. Just bear with me. Make your life count. Make it meaningful, no matter what life has in store for some of us. We will always have fun memories and experiences of Middletown at Middletown High School. As difficult as high school was for some of us, we are truly saddened to finally part. It's been a great learning experience. We would like to sincerely thank Middletown High School District for having summer school in the first place. We are grateful for the opportunity. We would also like to thank our high school principals, teachers, staff, and security guards for making it happen. Summer school was a great success. We want to express our appreciation to all our families, friends, teachers, principals who has guided us and supported us from the beginning. Thank you. So, class of 2018, let's go become the individuals we are destined to be. Have fun and make a difference. I started off.
Thank you very much, Michael. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to ask Mr. Richard Del Moro to come to the podium to give the superintendent's address to the graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Sorrentino. I didn't know that Mr. Williams brought all his family and friends here. He gave all the tickets out to them. But I'd like to thank all the members of the Board of Education, the faculty, staff here at Middletown High School, the family and friends, and most importantly, to all of you, the graduates of 2018. You know, it's an honor and a pleasure to have the opportunity to talk to the community, to the staff, to the students in the school district, but it's always a great honor, a heartfelt thank you for this opportunity. Because of your hard work, this ceremony takes place. So I'm going to ask all of the graduates to stand up and applaud yourselves. The guys can sit down now, thank you. You know, sometimes during birthdays or other celebrations, and certainly at graduation, you know, gifts are given. And my gift to you tonight will be that I will be brief. But I want to thank all of the parents and grandparents, the aunts and uncles, and all those unable to join us here tonight. Because without your sacrifice, your support and love, this would not happen for these young men and women tonight. So it would be remiss on all of our part not to thank each and every one of you for whatever contribution you had, because it's all significant to make this night possible for these young men and women. So thank you very much. I can assure you my next comments are not about another history lesson. That's the last thing you want to hear tonight. But I do think it's important to talk about some famous people in history and connect it to tonight's ceremony. Recently, there's been, in the last 18 months, 24 months, there's been 2 motion pictures about World War II, and in particular, Winston Churchill, who was the prime minister at the early part of the war, in which the German Luftwaffe airplanes were just decimating the city of London and the other cities in England, crushing them, pulverizing all the buildings. And they did it at nighttime to increase the anxiety and fear as the flames were up high and burning throughout the city. And this was going on for several weeks. And many of the close ministers and support staff to Winston Churchill, the prime minister, said, let's give up. Let's save our people. We'll be annihilated off the face of the earth. And there was a great deal of pressure for him to surrender and give up. And he anguished over this because there was some downside to all of that, the loss of his fellow countrymen. And with great anguish, he came back and he introduced his philosophy and said to the country, I will never give up. I will never surrender. To the last man, we will demonstrate that we have the courage to continue. In 1983, let's move it forward a little bit, there was a small college in North Carolina State to be in particular. And there was a New Yorker, Jim Valvano, as their coach. And he was competing against the big universities, University of Virginia, University of Houston, Georgetown University, and these big schools had big name players back in the day. Patrick Ewing from Georgetown, Hakeem Olajuwon from the University of Houston, Ralph Sampson from the University of Virginia. And this small little school did not have any of these well-known players. And people said, you're never going to compete on the same level. You're never going to be at that level and win. And through their perseverance and determination, they won the 1983 NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. You may have seen some clips where at the last shot, Lorenzo Charles hit it from way out before the three-point line. And he was dancing all around the court trying to hug someone with exhilaration that I hope you have tonight because of your accomplishments. And finally, I'd like to mention about Dr. Martin Luther King, man vilified for fighting for equality back in the early 1960s, spat upon, kicked, and even thrown in jail. And his close advisor said to him, you're in jail, you're not going to be able to help any of our people. Give up, give what they want, and let's have a different strategy. And he said, no, this is the right thing. I'm fighting the good fight, and people will see it. We will be determined to continue. And on that bridge, he backed off one day because he saw that the odds were against him, thought about it, came back the next day and crossed that bridge as you are crossing tonight, the bridge from school age to adulthood. These are important messages, from individuals who had extreme courage, but their success and accomplishments were based on one concept: perseverance and grit. The ingredients to success: perseverance and grit. And the sign says above this stage, the class of 2018. And never let anyone diminish that for you. Your diplomas tonight will read, Graduate of Middletown High School, 2018. So you're probably wondering what my message is about. Yes, it's about perseverance and pushing through difficulty and challenges. And I can assure you, as you continue in your life experiences, there'll be more challenges, more difficulties than tonight. However, you have demonstrated that you have perseverance and grit. I can assure you that those are the ingredients to your continued success. So whatever your dreams are, and you must have dreams, never let anyone tell you it's foolish to have a dream, because a dream is a goal, and with determination and perseverance, you can accomplish anything. May you find success and happiness as you persevere through life's challenges. Congratulations to all of you tonight, and on behalf of everyone at the Middletown High School and the community at large, we congratulate you. Okay. Mrs. Sorrentino,
Yes, Mr. Delmore.
I would like to know if all of these graduates have met all of the requirements under the guidelines and regulations of the New York State Education Department.
Yes, they have.
Well, please stand up. Mrs. Creedon. We'll do it right now. Yeah. Are you going to give diplomas first? All right. So, this is your magical moment. The distribution of those sheepskins that tell you and everyone else you are a graduate.
Yes, I want to bring them. At this time, Ms. Kuntz, would you join your graduates and please order them? Our board members and distinguished guests will be shaking hands. That's where the photo's going to be. The photos are going to be over there. Rejan Cardona. No, you give them to him. Wait, sit, picture. 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 Jordan Decker. Erica Josefina de la Cruz. Maria Isabel Garcia Mejia. Gabriela Gonzalez Luna. DeAndre Morris. Rosenda Isabel Noboa. Anthony Nunez Jr. Right. Thank you. Michael Ortiz Fulco. Osvaldo Rivera Pabon. Oscar Rodriguez. Natalie Nicole Rodriguez. Ramirez. Yesenia Sanchez. Zulia Nichelle Scarpello. Quintavia Ayana Sellers. Isaiah Anthony Soto. Taylor Teresa Stevens. No. Samaya Janice Sutton. Yonan Guayayas. Yonan Takuri Goyones. Jorge Rego Landy. Stop. Emmanuel Thomas West. Molly Elizabeth Williams. Never least, but last. Vanessa Marie Woods. Move that tassel, baby.
Okay, now here comes the moment you guys have been waiting for. The graduates before you have met all of the requirements as set forth by the state of New York. So along with the enlarged City School District of Middletown, I invite you all now to please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Creedon. To my graduates, stand up. Hey, there we go. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you all so much for coming. We have refreshments in the lobby. This concludes our program tonight. Graduates, please join your families.
Because I'm the